Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today we are diving into J-Lo's divorce. Can you believe it's true? I was not believing it at all. I thought the tabloids were just tabloiding and that they didn't know what was going on, but TMZ has a way of always being right, and unfortunately they were right. Jennifer Lopez filed for divorce August 20th. Apparently it was 2 years to the date of her Georgia wedding. So she got married to Ben Affleck in Las Vegas. And then August 20th, 2 years ago, they got married with a white dress and the whole big lavish ceremony. So she went to file divorce papers on this significant date. And the other thing that TMZ reported was that she did it by herself, like she didn't get a lawyer to do it, she did it on herself. If you don't know who Jennifer Lopez is or Ben Affleck, I don't know what to say, but let me give you a brief background. So Jennifer Lopez is, or otherwise known as J-Lo, is from the Bronx. And she is an actress, a singer, and a dancer. She has been highly successful. She's made a lot of money from where she came, very humble beginnings, taking the 6 train to dance classes in Manhattan. Her big break came when she, well, 2 big breaks. One, she landed a role as a fly girl in Living Single. No, is that the name of the show? Anyway, there was some show with Kean Ivory Williams' family, and Jennifer Lopez was the fly girl. That brought her into the spotlight. Later on, she did a movie called Selena, which was about the life of Selena Quintanillas, who was a rising Mexican American singer who was gunned down by one of her fans, who was actually this woman named Yolanda, who was supposedly a fan and managing her fan club, and basically this woman shot Selena. Anyway, so Jennifer Lopez did this movie. The movie was a hit and she became a huge superstar, but she's also really famous for dating lots of guys, getting married. This was her 4th marriage, the 4th divorce. J-Lo is fabulous. She's beautiful. She makes lots of money. She's super talented. Lots of guys are into J-Lo. She has tons of boyfriends. She did a whole series where she said she's never really been alone. She has always had a boyfriend, and there was a time she took a bit of a break and did some soul searching. I'm not sure how long that lasted, but I think after she did that soul searching, she actually got married to Mark Anthony, who is the father of her children. So she has twin kids, Max and Emmy, a boy and a girl. I think they're 14, 15 years old. And J-Lo is an extremely successful woman. She doesn't need a man. She just believes in love, right? However, people give her a lot of flack that she's been married 4 times and she puts her profession before her family. And, you know, she's made all this money. And what does she want with more money if she keeps getting married and the marriages aren't working out? Then something must be wrong with her. That's the narrative. And if you read some of the comments, which I'll put here, you'll see people are just like not feeling J-Lo. They blame her for the falling apart of this marriage, and that she is, according to the many rumors, none of them which I believe, because we don't know J-Lo, so it's only rumors. They say she's extremely controlling. Ben Affleck, if you don't know who he is also an actor. He and his friend Matt Damon became really famous for one of their I think they're Oscar-winning writers or producers or writers for Good Will Hunting. I don't remember the story of Good Will Hunting, but if you have an opportunity to see it, you should see it. It's a very good movie. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, they came into the spotlight because of Good Will Hunting.
The most gifted mind to ever enter its classrooms.
This is correct. Who did this?
is the person who cleans its floors.
I just need the name of this guy who works in my building.
Got this job through his PO. You can call him.
P.O.?
Parole officer.
Meet Will Hunting.
I've been looking over this rap sheet of yours. Assault, theft, resisting.
I've spoken to the judge, and he's agreed to release you under my supervision.
Really? You have to meet with a therapist every week.
That's pretty good.
Academy Award winner Robin Williams. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Stellan Skarsgård, and Minnie Driver. Good Will Hunting.
Here are two A-list actors. They met on a set. I think they were working on a movie called Jiggly, which was a total box office flop, but they fell in love. Jennifer Lopez was married at the time. Ben Affleck wasn't, but sparks flew. I don't know if she cheated, but she has admitted and said that that's how they met. And then shortly after that, she divorced her husband and started dating Ben. And he bought her this fabulous pink diamond. They were a huge sensation. They were known as Bennifer, Ben and Jennifer. And she did this one song, "Don't Be Fooled by the Rocks That I Got. I'm still Jenny from the block." And video, Ben Affleck was on this yacht, and she was talking about how she's still humble, but just very glamorous life that they have. And it was just like sensational. This was way before social media, so video was the big social media for us back in the day. If it was anything that came on video was like eye candy, and it was incredible to watch this couple. So they dated, and then they were going to get married, and all of a sudden, boom, that marriage called off. We don't know what happened. They say Ben ran for the hills, and I don't know if she gave back that pink diamond. I think she said she did. It was a beautiful, beautiful rock. I don't know what is the actual protocol. Should you give back the rock? Anyway, she may or may not. I'll investigate that and edit that in. He left, and then she moved on. She started dating Puff Daddy, and I don't know if she dated Puff Daddy after or before Ben, but somewhere in between there she dated that awful person. Went on to marry Mark Anthony. She divorced Mark Anthony. She had two husbands before Mark Anthony, so one was a dancer and one, I'm not sure what he was, but he was not a big name actor. Mark Anthony was probably the most famous of the husbands up until Ben Affleck. She married Mark Anthony, and that didn't work out, but they got two beautiful kids together. She divorced him. She got together with Alex Rodriguez. Alex asked her to marry. She agreed. They were in love for years. They went to the White House together. They were doing Met Galas together. There was video, like, I believe Alex Rodriguez had like a YouTube channel, and J-Lo was featured heavily on that channel.
I'm gonna marry him.
Hey,
Whether he wants
come
it or
on.
not, we're getting married. We're getting married forever and
By the
ever.
way, so did everybody else.
Anyway, all of a sudden, that was the end of J-Lo and Alex Rodriguez. The rumors were he was cheating with the lady from Southern Charm, Madison. Before you could just turn the page, J-Lo was out. Bye-bye. To the left, to the left. And she dumped Alex Rodriguez like a hot cake. I'm sure he was totally embarrassed, humiliated, but whatever. You know, I think he met his match in Jennifer Lopez. Okay, she can go toe to toe with any playboy Casanova man, and that's what I admire about her. It's like, if you want to mess with me, I can mess with you right back. So how she messed with him? She went and married Ben Affleck literally maybe 2 or 3 months after the breakup with A-Rod. And Ben and her got married. She was so excited about this marriage. She said this was it, because obviously I'm sure she thinks, you know, we didn't make it the first time around, but now this has to be it. Like, you know, the second time around the block. she had hopes was in love. A lot of people thought it was too soon. I thought it was too soon. But you know what? What are you gonna do? I can imagine the sensation. You are with this man that gives you goosebumps and your heart flutter every time you see him, and you guys didn't make it to the altar the first time, and you're not gonna let that happen again. And also, she was just coming out of a breakup with Alex Rodriguez. So I'm not sure why she agreed, but she did. She was just coming out of this breakup, so she wasn't really technically ready to go get married, but she did. She did because J-Lo believes in love, and God bless her. God bless J-Lo for believing in love, because ladies, aren't we out there? Some of us, I'm gonna count myself, we have been so burned by love that we have no desire to even go around that. I mean, it's like when I see any possibility of love, romance, X, it's like I have been burned so badly in love that I'm good, right? But J-Lo, she's like, hey, and I'm gonna do it again. How many times I did it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. You know what? She's probably gonna do it again, and she's gonna do it until she gets it right. Why? Because she's a perfectionist, right? And she's successful. So don't you think she can be successful in love? I know she hasn't been successful in it. She's given it 4 tries, but come on. And men do it all the time. There are men who've been married 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and people look at this guy. What is his name? Rupert Murdoch. I mean, what is he on? Wife number 6 or 7? Nobody's giving him flack for that. It's almost expected that a man should be married, whereas a woman should stay married to the same man no matter what, for the children, for decency, for you're a woman. You can't do something like that. J-Lo said, watch me work. And why not? She's gorgeous. She's rich. She doesn't need any man for their money, for their power, for their influence. She has fame. She has fortune. She has her children. So she doesn't even need them for children. And I think maybe for some men that could be intimidating. Although I don't think that was the case for Ben Affleck. I mean, Ben Affleck seems to be, he has his own kids. They both have their own children. And you think that, you know, if I ever get over my fear of falling in love and meet someone, I want to be with someone who already has children, and we are just together as a couple. That could be very nice and lovely if that ever happened. But yeah, so it seemed like a perfect match, but it actually ended up not perfect, and the tabloids got it right. Yes, all the things they were saying, the selling of the house, the not being photographed together, the Ben buying a new house when the old house hadn't even sold. I don't even know how J-Lo smiled through this whole thing. I saw her in Paris. She was confident. She was like well-dressed, going to work, doing her thing, powering on. J-Lo, that's right, powering on as we should be, because heartbreak is not the end of the world, especially if it's like a romantic thing. I'm not talking about like grief or, you know, loss like that. But if somebody says, I don't want to be with you, or things aren't working out, you guys aren't getting, I mean, yeah, you're going to be sad, but, you know, don't, maybe she cried, but she got up and she went to work, and she went and she moved forward. And this spirit that J-Lo has, that she has had since she was on the 6 train from the Bronx to Manhattan, to her dance classes, to her acting auditions, to her whatever. She is a driven human, and she used those same skill sets to get over Ben Affleck and all the men that she has gotten over before. And rather than just dump on her, judge her, or whatever, because we wouldn't have the same energy for a man, right? We would actually expect men to be like, spreading their seeds and having tons of children, which they do. She just didn't let that get her down. And for me, the thing that proved it to me was when she had a Bridgerton themed birthday. And I was like, okay, there's no way you're going to have a huge theme birthday with the whole get up, the costumes, the hair, the this, and your husband doesn't attend. To me, that was the sign like, okay, this is 100% a divorce situation happening. And sure enough, I think her birthday is in June, July. August 20th, Jennifer Lopez filed for a divorce and she's going to be free. They had no prenup. And I don't think they wanted to have a prenup just because I think they trust each other in that way. Don't you think so? I mean, they both have a lot of money. I don't know who would want the other to take care of them, but hopefully they can work that out. They have a house together, and I'm sure when they sell that house, they're just going to split the proceeds evenly. I think the only thing that I would say are the children, because I know that Ben Affleck's daughter Violet was with J-Lo in the Hamptons. So the kids, how does she handle it? I know her kids were huge friends with Alex Rodriguez. She was great friends with Alex Rodriguez's daughters. So when they break up, what happens to the kids? Is all sorry, too bad, see you later, wouldn't want to be a kind of thing. I mean, so I think I feel a little bit bad for the children, and I hope that these two adults could put aside their feelings for each other and just have some type of relationship with the children that's comfortable or, easy in terms of not just like totally divorcing, but maybe he remembers their birthday, they remember their kid's birthday. I think that having that level of relationship with the children would be nice, but who knows what will happen. But anyway, I think why I want to bring this story up is because Jennifer Lopez, to me, represents a woman who has strength and she is not afraid to keep trying, and she's so driven. Being driven, it's not a bad thing, ladies. It's not a bad thing. I think you have to manage it with the other things, like what do you want for yourself in life? And especially if you're chasing a dream of building a business or trying to be successful in some area or changing your life, you have to develop these hard skills that are very hard to take away once you see the success from these skills. And skills that's necessary to go from the Bronx to a multi-million-dollar brand that Jennifer Lopez is. It's not an easy skill, and it's not something that you can turn on and turn off. And so I feel like her ambition is first, and hopefully she finds the same type of guy with the same type of energy. They can be partners, friends, lovers. They understand each other's drive and ambition. And also, maybe as you get older in life, you start to slow down. Maybe J-Lo just has to get old and then she'll be able to settle. Rather than judge her, just admire her for the things that should be admired, like her drive for success, her ability to not be discouraged or give up on love, to believe in it. Because if you find that special person, just imagine how beautiful that would be, right? So I pray for myself. I pray that one day I get over my fear of falling in love and that I can maybe one day find that true love. But in the meantime, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment in the comment section. What do you think about the double standard? That's what I want to know. The double standard between men and women. That men can have multiple wives, families, children, and we don't make such a big deal about it, but a woman does it and it becomes all we can talk about. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and I hope we do more of this type of video. Thank you and peace.